my name is Nathan and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. We are here doing a casual guide to an above ground fort, and in the previous episode, we were getting our food industry set up. So let's take a look at that real quick. So we've got the dining hall here. One thing I did forget, we need to create a little spot where the mugs are, but we'll get to that. We have a spot here where they can come in, grab some drink or some meals. We don't have any right now. And then right here we have kind of like a, the way I envision it anyway, is like a little marketplace, like an open air marketplace. And above here, there's like a little storage area. As you can see here, we have some vents just in case some rotting food gets stored up there. And then down here, we have like an overstock of drink and food. And then we have like a little passageway that goes to the kitchen area, or where the storage is anyway. And then over on the right, we have a below ground farm. Now for me, for this kind of playthrough, what I'm doing is maybe just, they don't go deeper than the first floor here, kind of like a basement. They won't go any deeper unless it's like a quarry for some stone, which we need to do. I don't think we have that quite set up yet. No, that'll be a little bit later. What I'd like to work on is getting the mugs going, so that way they have a place to actually drink. And then what we're going to do is focus on bedrooms. And I think what we're going to do is have this kind of come off this way. Yeah, not too far. I'm going to kind of build it up higher. Kind of like a little tower. So the idea for the total fort is that we're going to have like a moat surrounding this entire fort. It's not going to be very big. I kind of want to keep the population small. And then once we get to a good place, like I said, it's a casual guide. We'll kind of set up military and turn on that fun stuff. Just don't want it to kind of get in the way as I'm showing stuff. Especially if you're new to Dwarf Fortress, we don't need that right now. All right, so let's do the mugs here. So that's pretty straightforward. I don't think, is that a, yeah, those are carpenters. We just need, crafts. We can put that right over here. Now, for those who may be new to my little playthrough, welcome. Appreciate you clicking on the video. I'm trying to kind of keep this role-playing going here, where everything's kind of consistent. As you can see, the walls are kind of made out of the same stuff. Same thing with the floors. Everything's kind of consistent. I've been doing stockpiles with specific types of wood to kind of help with this. I just think it makes the fort a little bit prettier. Easy to look at rather than like a polka dot of different colors. And it's just kind of fun to play in those constraints, kind of. Okay, so we got that set up. We don't need to make very many mugs. They're called cups. I think they're mugs, cups, depending on what they're made out of. Goblets. We don't need to make very many tasks here because they come in multiples. It's like 4 or something every time you tell them to make one of these. So we'll make an overabundance just for the heck of it. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. That should be enough. Now we need a little stockpile for this. Kind of wish I left a little bit of room, but that's okay. So this area for the dining hall is for like dancing and stuff. And then we're going to have like just the chairs and tables on the sides here. So, I almost just want to move this stuff. Maybe that's what we'll do. We just need like a little tiny stockpile, so not a really big deal. There we go. All right. What are we doing? There we go. All right. Should be what? Finished goods. We want goblets. And then anything that they're made out of. There we go. Cool. Okay. Put those tables and chairs back. I put that in the wrong spot. Oh well. Let's make more. What have we been making these out of? Ginkgo wood and chestnut? I don't know if we have all of that. Ginkgo. Here, we're just going to make a good amount, I think. Oh, 5. And now for the chestnut, looks like we don't have any stocked right now. Is this chestnut? Yeah. Here we go. That should be enough. I don't want them doing too much. All right. Do we need some bins? Is that what's going on? Whoops. They can store the cups in bins, but if we don't have any... Someone's really good at making stuff. Unless we have a legendary carpenter or something. Okay, good. We got that going on. We don't have a lot of food. We might be needing to... I'll probably pick up some of these peaches and stuff. But one thing at a time. Okay, cool. So we'll make 5 chairs. That should be more than enough for any future dwarves. So right now we have a population cap of 20. Right now we have 15, so not too many more dwarves coming this way. Also, if you feel like I've done something wrong or you have your own tips, feel free to leave them in the comments. I always encourage that. I think a lot of people have a lot of knowledge with Dwarf Fortress, different ways of doing things, and I think sharing is the best way to learn. So if there's anything you think I'm doing silly, just let me know. I like learning too. All right, looks like we're done with that. So let's put some stuff down. What, we need a chair here. Oh, let's keep that on. So we got the one there. We need a table here. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay. So since they're constructing that, let's do the bedrooms. And I think the bedroom should be made out of this oak. That way we kind of have different colors. Easier to see. I think it's a good idea. All right. So like I said, they're not going to be very big. So right here, I think what I'm going to do is have a section for going upstairs. So what they're going to do, let's just kind of see here. So we'll do that. We'll do that for now. Oaken blocks. And we'll keep that. So the idea is they go up these staircases here. I have an idea here. We're going to explore it. What I'm thinking is we'll have like a staircase right here leading up. And then right here we can have like a statue or something, especially if we get a nice one or something showcasing something legendary. I think that'd be pretty fun. That way they just get kind of a mood boost from moving around and stuff. So with that said, if we go this way, that'll be a bedroom. The bedrooms I'm only going to do 2 by 2. Technically speaking, they only need 3 things in their rooms to be probably the most happy. I mean, you can make them bigger, but they don't need it, especially if they're not a noble or anything. So they need a bed, a chest, and like a cabinet, and then they're pretty much good to go. So that's what we're gonna do. Oops. Yeah. That's not gonna work. Hold on. Hold on a second. Can I just erase these? Probably not. No. How do I... There we go. Cool. Floor. Yeah. Okay. That's going to be what? 6 dwarves each? Trying to think if there's a better way of doing this. I'm also thinking making the stairs go back this way. Because we are going to have 20. 6. That'd be what? 4. That'd be 8. Not the worst. I just don't want to make a ton of floors. So let's do this. We'll do this. We'll still have it in the middle here. Okay. Oh. I wish it was easier to erase this stuff. Let's do this. Oh, I don't even know if that'll go there. I think... No. There we go. Do a little construction here. And normally you might want to give them like a 2x2. Because otherwise when they're walking through each other, they're actually like one's crawling underneath the other. It's not a big deal, honestly. It's just aesthetically, but dwarves don't seem to mind too much. We'll just do this. There we go. This will be the staircases going up. And then we'll kind of... Yeah. Okay. I like that idea. Okay. We'll do that. Now we just need to make some walls. So what do we want to make it out of? Same stuff here. What is this? Chestnut? Great. So we want it. Ooh, we don't have a lot. Oh, not chestnut logs. That's a waste. That is a waste. Man, I'm having a brain fart. It's been a while since I played. The last time I played was the recording, so just kind of getting back in the swing of things. There we go. Chestnut. Bam. Oh, here we go. Think. Okay. It almost makes it hard to see, but we're fine. There we go. Plus the shape makes it a little bit more interesting. I try to avoid like squares and rectangles a bunch, but sometimes hard to do. Okay. So we'll do that. I think what we're going to do is make a bunch of birch or ginkgo beds. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. This is birch. Or oak? I guess this is oak. Yeah. We'll rename this. This used to be birch. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. What I could be doing is probably making the floor. So let's do that. Ramp. That'll lead up to, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. This is chestnut. Okay. I need to make some more blocks. Okay, so where these walls are, there'll be a floor, so I don't necessarily need to worry about that. We'll do that for now. Until they start making more. They're not the smartest constructors, at least in terms of laying stuff down and building them, because they get in each other's way all the time, or there's an object and they can't move it because there's another dwarf there. But we'll get there. Actually, we'll do cancel this. There we go. We're going to put a door there. That way they can kind of get it in and out. All right, I'm just going to let them kind of figure it out, and then we'll go back and tell them to build it. The only thing I'm concerned about are some of these inside walls. Yeah, see, they can't make this stuff because they want to place it there, but they can't because I think there's a wall being made. So far, so good. It looks like. What is going on? Okay. Da-da. Okay. Let's start making this again. Floor. Chestnut. Yeah, we need more chestnut. Hopefully someone's making them. Looks like it. Yeah, see, they're just kind of moving it lazily. I think we can mark it for, yeah, we'll mark those. Because it's just peach wood. For dumping. There we go. We need to make 8 more doors. 1, 2. Now, after I get done with this, hopefully we'll have some space and I'll make some offices. I think what I'm going to do is make this go upstairs. This will be more bedrooms. We probably won't make them right away. Maybe just kind of have like a little layout. And then we'll make some of the offices right here or maybe even up here. And we have some migrants. Okay. Kind of wait for them to show up. Did we only get like 3? Looks like we only got like 3. Let's see. Anybody new? Woodworker. Cool. Metal crafter. That's nice. And a bone carver. Well, if we ever get fishing set up, we'll make sure to get that going. And actually, speaking of which, what are we looking at? Drink and stuff, not looking too good. Let's see what we can do. We got a lot of peaches. All right, so we're gonna make a little break here from building, and we're gonna collect some of these fruits. So what you want to do is make a zone, gather fruit, and then we'll just kind of outlane this. We're going to accept it, and then you can tell them to only gather fallen fruit in this zone. So you want to make sure it's green, and then you're good to go. What you can do too is, I think it's under plant gatherers. Everybody does this. If you really wanted someone specific to do it, you can, but I think it's fine for now. So everybody's going to go out, collect some peaches, go store it up here, and then we're going to make some drink and food from it. Yeah, look, 30. And there's a dead kangaroo. Probably should try to figure out a place to dump that. I don't know if they care about seeing it. Hopefully not. Okay. So while they're doing that, let's keep getting these floors made. Pretty cool little pattern up here. Might need to think about doing something like that next time I make a building. But I do like seeing the different colors. Pink, brown. I think we have like 2 shades of brown. Yeah, these are 2 different kinds. Okay. Go. Oh, he's not done making beds. What's going on? 1, 2, 3. Did someone not have any? Can I reach site? I mean, look. What? That's weird. Hold on. Furniture, bed. There we go. Weird. Maybe someone was moving them? I don't know. Okay, we don't have any more blocks, which is fine. There we go. Okay, so to make a bedroom zone, this is actually pretty easy. So we want to go to zones, of course, bedroom, and then we can hit multi. And then we just paint over like this, the entire rooms. And we let go. It's going to automatically find where these beds are and kind of where the room shapes are. And we'll just hit done. Now, if you're wanting to be specific, you can always click on one of these bedrooms, rename it, of course. But if you hit here, you can assign a specific dwarf to a bedroom. You might want to do that if it's like a noble or something similar, an occupation. But for my case, I'm just kind of at auto assign to make it easier on me. So they'll automatically claim those bedrooms. Okay, so those peaches. Let's see. Pond turtle. I think we had that since the beginning. Plums and peaches. Okay. So we're looking good there. Let's make some drinks. So what we want to do, the easiest thing I like doing, so we'll go to labor. We're going to go to work details. And we're going to do a new assignment here because I don't think brewing or cooking is one of them. And I don't want any dwarf doing it. I want our chefs to do it, our brewers. So the first one I'm going to do is brewing. So brewers. Easy. We want to click on this little gear and then we want to find brewing. Let's see here. There it is. And then we hit done. And then what we want to do is only select to do this. So this guy here, our chief medical dwarf, is a skilled brewer and nobody else. So I'm not going to have anybody else do it. He's assigned to that. All right, so the next one's going to be is our chefs. That'll be for cooking. Good old cooking. Done. Only select to do this. And then we have a skilled cook, our farmer. So they're only ones going to cooking. So nobody else is really good at it. If we really wanted to, we could assign someone else. Maybe they're not doing anything. They're bored. We could assign them to that and get some more skills out of them. All right. That's good. So now let's do some for the still here. What I like to do, make it kind of easy, is I just hit this, hit repeat, and they'll just make stuff until they're done. I know I don't have that much. I mean, they can almost count that high. So they'll probably just exhaust everything that they have. Same thing with kitchen. For now, I'm just going to do easy meals, hit that on repeat, and be good to go. The main thing you want to make sure you have is, of course, barrels, which we seem to have a lot of empty ones. So I'm not too concerned about that. But we'll see what happens when we start making these. All right, so we have bedrooms. Oh, actually, hold on. Deconstruct this. Use that and that. That's going to be where our stairs go. Okay. Everything's looking pretty good, though. Making some peach plum food, looks like. Looks like we're making some cider, strawberry cider or wine, probably. And we're wooden blocks. What did we run out of? Oak? Okay. So what we'll do is I will cut down some more chestnut and oak, and then they just won't be making any more blocks, probably because we have a lot. Oak, chestnut. There's another one. Is there one closer? Yes. Birch, chestnut. There we go. That way we just have some wood. As you can tell, being an above ground fort, unless you're doing a quarry and maybe mining a bunch of stuff, you gotta have a lot of wood. It would be fun to do an above ground fort where you're out in a desert or something. Okay. You can dump that wood. Not sure who was holding on to that. So as you can see, our meals are coming up. What do we got here? Peach biscuits. Plum biscuits. Sounds kind of yummy. All right, we don't have any more brewing, which is fine. We're all filled up here. We got Dwarven rum. What else? Strawberry wine. Dwarven wine. Seems about it. Cool. All right, we got a little bit more food. Now for the zone here, since they picked everything, I'm going to just repaint this. Probably eventually get rid of it, so I don't care too much. But it's just good to have. I don't know what these are. Hopefully nothing poisonous, right? There we go. That should keep them busy for a bit. Looks like cherries. Pretty nice. So pretty easy to get food in this kind of biome. So this is why it's a casual guide. Makes it kind of straightforward. Kind of get your feet wet so you know what to expect. All right. So let's make some stairs here. I'm thinking some maybe like chestnut stairs. Oh, hold up. Good. We can have blocks. Do we have? Oh, we have birchen. Let's do birchen. Okay. That'll give them room or access to the roof. I do like having this ramp for now, so that way it makes it a little easier since they kind of come from here and build stuff rather than going inside, up, and then coming over. So what we're going to do... Yeah. So what'll happen is I think I'll just keep making it. Hopefully it'll allow me. This will just kind of keep going up as like a tower. So they'll just kind of come over here to go down. Everybody's going to use the same stairwell, which is fine. Yeah. Okay. So let's start making this. This is chestnut. Now again, I'm not going to complete this corner because if they complete this one and this one, they might not have access to this. Now, technically with this one, they would because they can come from the outside, so. All right, so let's start doing that. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we got 60 food, 80 drink. Not too bad. We'll probably need some more, but that's why we have everyone gathering stuff. Let's actually get some, maybe more barrels. I don't know how many we have, but you can never have too many bins or barrels, in my opinion. There we go. All right. That should be fine. Yeah. We're just going to make the rooms now because we'll need them. Now we could make the floor a different color on the next one, just to kind of make it appeasing, but not a big deal. Okay. So that way we'll have what, 16 beds, so we'll just be missing a couple, not too bad. So we'll probably just need 3 floors max, maybe. I actually might make some of these offices turn into bedrooms as well. They'll have both, but it's looking pretty cool. All right. Okay. So the next thing I'd like to do, making sure we have everything. Everything's looking pretty good. We have plenty of meals. There's even one without a barrel, just kind of sitting on the ground. Hopefully they'll start making some. Yeah. Wonder if they're still picking up stuff. Doesn't look like it. But yeah, as you can see, we have a lot of peach, berries, plum, cherries, and peaches. A lot of cave stuff. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. What are these? Cherry flowers. Got it. I'm actually going to delete this. That way they're not constantly trying to pick stuff up. We should be fine for now. One thing, too, I just noticed, anytime you get migrants, they might come with their pet. And if it's something that needs a pasture, we need to assign them. So they have this stray baby llama. I guess it's not necessarily a pet. It's just their animal. It's not a pet yet. So we'll do that. Make sure he goes out there so he can eat some grass. All right. Cool. Okay. So the next thing, something I haven't really thought about is making the office. So generally what I like to do is have a bedroom and an office attached. I think it's kind of neat. Kind of goes for a neat aesthetic choice. Now what I was thinking is having either right here or over here as the offices. They can kind of come down. You can have multiple entryways. One thing here, I want to see how big this is. 5x4, huh? So not very much, because obviously we're going to need some walls. Be kind of funny to make like a little bridge over here, a little skyway. Kind of a big term for what we're doing here, but just to have like a little room over here. This isn't very big, so I can't imagine what it would be other than like a little office. But I do like having their bedroom next to their office. So that's probably what we're going to do. Just trying to think of something interesting. So let's actually assign it, and then maybe that'll help me. So what we want to do is, of course, go to citizen information. Your guys aren't going to be able to see the pop-up there, but there you go. And then we want nobles and administrators. Now, nobody here requires a bedroom. This would be lit up. Who does is a manager, which we need. Doesn't look like anyone has any relevant skills, so that's nice. Let's see. Let's do someone who... Let's do a gem setter. Okay. So as you can see, now this is lit up. They need a meager study, and that's it. Because they have to be able to do work in their office. And same thing with, what else do we need? Probably not much. A bookkeeper, I guess. So the bookkeeper is what improves precision of what we have. I don't think anyone has anything relevant, so let's see. Let's do the bone carver. Sounds kind of fun. Now for them, we can assign how accurate the stocks are. We're going to have a small base of operations, so we can be as precise as we want it. As you can see, it says up there on the top left, highest precision, stock amounts display, all counts accurate. Your bookkeeper needs to work in an office to improve precision. And if we go lower, you can kind of see how accurate as each unit increases. Again, we have such a small place. We could probably go with even 1 and be fine. As you can see, 77,777 is rounded up to 80,000. So, to be honest, we could probably just do 3. Good enough. Okay, so we need 2 studies. Now, what I'm thinking, what we'll do, what am I doing? What am I doing? Wall, chestnut, great. So there's a path here. We could have a path leading up to here. So what we'll do is make some walls. Yeah. We'll make some walls here just to make it easier for me to see. Oh, here. We'll cancel this for now. That way they have access. Make it a little bit easier. Oh, don't want to do that. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, there. I see. Oh, I see. It doesn't remember. I was like, what's going on? Chestnut. Oh, we need more chestnut. That's fine. We actually could make some offices right here too. Here, let's make more drink. We probably have enough meals. They don't eat as much. They drink twice as much as they eat. And it's like 1 time every month. Something like that. And I think it's twice every, maybe even quarter? I'm not sure. I don't quite remember how it works, but I just know it's twice as much. Let's do this. We'll get them to brew. All right. Oh, wait. Why did that pop up now? Oh, I see what I did wrong. Dang, he's making those blocks quick. Do we have any more chestnut? We do. All right, that should be helpful. I see. Okay. I was kind of confused at what was going on here. All right. So what I think we'll do, actually, what am I thinking about? Just trying to think what we can make here. There's a couple of things in my mind, so I'll just kind of speak what I'm thinking about. So one thing we have to worry about is a temple. They do like to pray. You can, if there's enough believers, you'd want to make a place specific for that god, deity, whatever, deity. Otherwise, you can just do a general temple, and that makes them happy. So I'm thinking about that. What I like doing, though, is making it out of stone, not wood. So I like to have that like a little area somewhere. And that's also another place that kind of requires some space just in case they want to dance, because you can have music performance there. They do like having instruments. And another thing is a guild hall. If there's enough people of a vocation, like a skill or something, usually the first thing you get is a farmer's guild, because everybody's gathering food, plants, that kind of thing, and there's enough farmers that want their own guild. So just kind of thinking out loud, I actually might make like this as a guild, like a little place, whatever our first one is. And then of course we still have to make these office spaces. So I'm thinking what I'd like to do then. Let's see, we want to destroy some of this. And of course that's what, destroying the floor as well. Oh, I guess the floor was always there. Oh, I see. It's destroying the entire thing. Okay. That makes sense. Let's do that. Cool. Okay. That makes it a little bit better. So they can come up here if they want, and then we'll maybe have like an office space right here. Maybe what I'll do... Yeah, I've got ideas. I've got ideas here. Because again, an office, they don't need very much. If this was like above, or if there was more space and I wasn't going to surround this by a fort, I would like have more space for houses and stuff. Once we have a workshop going, which is either going in the front here, actually our military might, the workshop actually might kind of surround this back area. I might put like noble houses right here. Yeah. We'll do... Here we go. That's an office. Boy, this is gonna be tiny for whoever is here. My problem is I want to always be symmetrical. You don't need to be. Let's do this. I just want to cancel it. It's so silly that you have to do it that way. That's okay though. Okay. I wish there was an easier way to plan things out. Really do. Don't have enough blocks. These are going to be odd offices, which is fine. Gives me a little bit more space if I need to spruce them up. Need to get some color up here. Everything's chestnut. No blocks yet. What's going on? There we go. Look how fast they are. There we go. Using the space that we have. Who knows what this will be. Okay. What I think we'll do. See if they can make that. Someone gonna get trapped here? I don't know if they can stand on this ramp and make something. So far, it doesn't seem like it. What we'll do? Saving's taking a while. There we go. Oh, there it goes. My bad. Stop. Stop. What am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. Okay. There we go. So we got something there. So now we need to make a roof to this. Otherwise it's, pointless. What we can do. Boy, you can barely tell. There's a little faint. If we go up more, you can see it. So what I can do is make some stairs here. Out of what? Birch? Right? Birchen. Hopefully it'll work this way. I'm actually not sure. Because technically it's a stairs leading down, like leading down, leading up. It's not a both ways. So we'll see if they can make it. And it looks like they can. Good. Not sure why they're not. Oh, here we go. Cool. Okay. So we're going to make, I think, this second roof a different material just for the sake of it. So we're going to be covering the entire floor. It's going to look a little weird. But we're going to keep the edges the same. So we are going to do that. What I'd like to do is just make as long as possible. Like that. Yeah. Then what do we have a lot of? We have 164 chestnut, 300 oak. Let's do oak. We haven't done really oak. We have done it once, but we need more. So we'll let them get to work there. It's going to take them a bit because they have to go through here, go up, and then, but they're fine. They are fine. Okay, so what do we got? We got a lot of seeds. I don't know what to do with those. I don't know if we can cook those. Restricted. We can cook strawberry seeds. I don't mind. Well, maybe we'll keep those. Doesn't look like this cherry we can do anything with, though. Maybe. Yeah, I don't see anything. Because strawberry seeds you can obviously plant and do something with that. Interesting. I don't know if we can sell them. I don't know if they're just trash. Interesting. It's interesting that they're doing like the farther stuff first rather than the closer stuff, but Someone's tired or needs something. We have plenty of drink. Maybe not as much food, but... All right, let's make some doors. Maybe the second floor will have oak doors. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8. Probably need 10. And then once we have a manager, this will be a lot easier to do. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 9, 10. There we go. Now our doors, I kind of look up here every now and then just to see, to make sure nobody's like really pissed off. Only one dude is kind of upset. We can kind of look there. So again, this little guy down here. And then we'll just need to find him. You can order it by clicking the arrow going all the way down. This woodcrafter is not happy. So what does he need? Unmet needs. Pray, excitement, acquire object, eat good meal, be extravagant, make merry. So they do like praying. So that's probably something we'll focus on the next thing, is a quarry and a workshop and possibly a church. If we can do all that, shouldn't be too hard. What I'd like to do is make the workshop very similar to what we have here. Maybe categorizing the workshops into sections. So, you know, we'll have like crafts in one. Maybe we'll have like a wood craft and a bone craft and a stone craft. So maybe we'll figure out that. Because I can't make it too big. I don't want to make it too big. Usually I do like to keep it that easy. And then of course we have like clothing and leather, which is quite a bit over here on the right. Metalsmith. Don't really need siege, I don't think. Stone worker would be nice. So we'll see. We'll see. I got to make it kind of compact. But it might just be sprawling in this area right here. Okay, that got made. So let's keep going here. We're just going to keep the outline here. Right, like that. I see. Okay. Cool. All right. They should be making what? Doors? Getting there. We'll make 2 more. Oh. I didn't know we had multiple, or are they just pregnant? It was a female horse. Male horse. We'll get more horses. Could use that as our food. Interesting. I don't know if, did I make? Okay, I did. All right, so we got that. Let's get the office going here. I'm going to get that done before we get done with this episode. So Let's just make, we'll make pink. We'll make pink stuff. That's a ginkgo, so we need 2 chairs. Now, it's kind of sad what their offices are. We can spruce them up once we kind of get more in depth here, but they just need a table and a chair. That's it. That's it. This is technically, well, it's kind of close. Good. They're using the tables. They should be pretty happy about that. Looks like we might need more food, which is fine. Yeah, that's fine. A lot of strawberry seeds. All right. I think they're done, so let's do that. Chair. Whoops, that's a bed. That is a bed. Make it a little different. There we go. All right. So now we can make an office. So zones, office. We'll just highlight this one. I think. And then we'll make another one. And that's fine. Okay. So we'll assign our manager to it. And then this one, whoops, this guy will be our bookkeeper. And then now, I think, if we go to our nobles and administrators, see, it's green. So they only wanted a meager study, needs meager study, but they have a study. I wish I could like click on this and it would stay, but essentially on the top left, it says we have a study. So it's better than a meager study. Same thing with this one. There's a way to see, let me see. Not that. There's a way to see the value of it, and I don't remember. Maybe it's clicking on this? No. Maybe it won't show in this one. Maybe we can only see when it's like this. I could be getting confused with RimWorld. I feel like there's a way to see though. Places? Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. Well, if anybody knows, that'd be nice. So one last thing. So now that we have a bookkeeper, as you can see, everything's very specific. We have a lot of seeds. But now that we have that, what we can do is work orders. Work orders is pretty darn important. So instead of like finding them in the list and adding it every time, now we can tell them to make specific stuff. So like I could say, make bed, and they'll just automatically make 10. You can click on the magnifying glass, and you can tell it what specifically you want to be made out of, and it'll tell you how much you have. So we can say ginkgo wood. I want to make 10 beds, a ginkgo wood, and then they'll do it. Your manager will go to their desk, write it out, and assign it, and then somebody will go and do it. There are parameters that you can do. You can always click the number sign or the pound sign or hashtag sign if you're that young to change that. You can even click on the little green arrows here, and you can even do like scripting, for lack of a better word. Like if this, then that. So for an example, amount of ginkgo wood beds available is less than 10. You could tell them to satisfy it every time. So every day, every new day, your manager it says up here, restarts if completed, conditions check daily. So every day they'll check on this and assign the work order if it needs to happen. So if in your workshop, or in a stockpile, if there's not available 10 beds, they'll automatically just go and create beds. So it's pretty cool. Looks like you can even do the frequency. As you can see, it's checked daily. Restarts if completed, conditions checked daily. One-time order, conditions checked daily. So you can do a lot of specifics. Now, if we ever get into that, I'll show something more detailed than what I just told you guys, but let's delete that. That way you can kind of set up things like expecting migrants. You always have beds ready to be made. Same thing with what was I thinking about? Barrels. If you run out of barrels, you can say, I always want at least 10. That way, if we get a food order or get some stuff from the farm, they're ready to be moved and everything. Makes your fort more efficient, if you can imagine. But we're going to leave it there. So like I was saying, in the next episode, I do want to get the quarry going to kind of showcase how I do that, roleplay that a little bit. And then, of course, make a workshop near there. So we'll probably have some stockpiles, wood stockpile, stone stockpile, and then I kind of want bone. It probably won't be as big, but that way we can use like shells, bones, things like that to make toys or weapons, anything like that. And then I do eventually want to make a temple out of stone. That way we can have a nice place where they can go and pray, worship, and then possibly have a little bit of a merry fun, so to speak. I think that's pretty exciting. So again, if you guys have any tips, tricks, anything you want to share, leave a comment below. If you haven't already, maybe become a junior designer today. Hit that subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. Kind of a small channel. I'd argue a pretty small channel. And anything helps. Even hitting the like button does more than you think it does. But I'll leave it there. I'm Nathan. Thank you so much for joining me on this dwarven adventure, and I will see you